Samira is an aggressive AD carry who excels at diving into teamfights with an amazing amount of damage, while also being able to block any incoming projectiles with her W. Samira does have pretty low range though, and her playstyle is dependent on getting up close and personal. If Samira gets behind, she really struggles to do her job properly. For runes, you'll want to basically try and improve your healing as much as possible. Start off with Conqueror, then Triumph and Legend Bloodline, and wrap up with Coup de Grace for some execute damage. Then finish off in the Domination tree for maximum healing. For skill order, first you'll max your Q as it's your main damage and trading ability, then your E, and finally your W to wrap it up. Immortal Shield Bow is the best mythic item for Samira. It grants amazing stats for her while also granting her a shield that can save her life when in those close range teamfights. After your mythic item, some of Samira's core damage options are Collector, Infinity Edge, Lord Dominic's Regards, or Bloodthirster. Other situational items include Maw of Malmortius, Mortal Reminder, or Death's Dance. You've also got your Guardian Angel or Mercurial Scimitar if you need some more defensive choices. Against easier matchups, you'll want to absolutely abuse your advantage in the laning phase. Look to poke your opponents often with your autos and Q. If you see an opportunity to all in with your support, now is the time to get close with your E and burst them down. Remember to factor in your W to stop any incoming retaliation coming your way. Once you get your ultimate at level 6, your kill potential is far stronger, especially in those easy matchups. Against harder lanes, you'll still need to play fairly aggressive, but instead you should be searching to punish enemy mistakes rather than just bullying and stomping. Samira isn't going to do well against scaling lanes, especially those with extra range, so you won't want to just give up the laning phase for free. Try to consistently land your Qs and all in around your support's initiations. Samira has a good amount of burst, and if you start snowballing, you can definitely overcome poor matchups. Don't forget to search for teamfights or skirmishes in the river, because if you get there first, you can get a lead and bring that back to your lane. Samira works best with crowd control supports, who can benefit from Samira's early damage and 2v2 potential. Any champions that can lock down the enemy bot lane and commit to all-ins are the absolute best match for Samira. So in the lane phase, you'll want to try and abuse your opponent as much as you can by poking them down with your Q and weaving in auto attacks. After getting them low, this is when you get to dive in with your E and look to start snowballing. Try and play around your support's CC and initiation and use this to grab up early kills. Remember to utilize your W to block crucial skill shots from hitting you or your support. If your opponent has a major ability like an Ash Arrow, saving it for this is key in those certain matchups. Alternatively, if you misuse it, you will probably get punished for it. Your E is an amazing tool for jumping into an enemy to get some damage off, and if you do take them down, you get a reset. This could be key in early 2v2s, especially when combined with your ultimate. When you have your ultimate available, look to make sure you're getting it ready and charged before fighting. In teamfights, Samira is all about charging up her ultimate and diving into teams with this ability up. Samira can deal a monstrous amount of AoE damage, so try to time your fights around your allied engage. Samira is one of the best marksmen at dealing with low-range melee team compositions, especially due to her relatively defensive itemization with shield bow and steel caps. Whether you're diving into comps or playing on your backline, your ultimate is the key way to make your impact in teamfights. When you're in big fights, be sure to abuse your E reset mechanic. This is a core part of playing Samira and could easily set you up for a surprising amount of pentakills. Your W is an extremely potent tool in teamfights, so be sure to look for opportunities to completely block the opponent's high-profile CC abilities from hitting yourself or your allies. However, it's important to remember that your enemies will try to punish you as soon as this ability is on cooldown, so use it wisely. Finally, remember that you are a marksman. You will die very quickly when you're caught solo, and you are prone to getting outranged. So stick near your team and do your best to stay alive and keep pumping out that damage. Here are 3 quick tips for Samira to round this out. Remember that your Q and auto attacks change based on your proximity to targets, so be sure to use the melee version of Q to clear waves quicker and gain a lane advantage. This is also appropriate when fighting multiple enemies in a close proximity. Your W deals damage twice, once on startup and then again when the skill's duration ends. You can use this aggressively to ramp up towards your ultimate when combined with your E. Samira's passive can be used to extend CC durations and contribute to extra burst damage. Make sure you're utilizing this as often as you can for a better chance of punishing your enemies. Thanks for checking out this short guide on Samira. Good luck and have fun.